or as a layman might say, this does not look good. Chris Ullman, ABC News, Canberra.
A judge has prevented workers from getting the sack tomorrow at Brisbane and Sydney ports. Blockades at Hutchison ports are set to lift for now as the federal court granted a temporary injunction. Our reporter David Spicer is at the court.
Well, the court is still in session because they're still finalising the exact terms of that order which you referred to. But certainly the Federal Court Judge Barry Rangier said an hour ago that he believes there's a prima facie case that the company Hutchison's breached its enterprise agreement in the way that it sacked its workers. Of course, they received a text and an email last week, the 97 of them at Port Botany of Brisbane, indicating that their employment would cease tomorrow and they would receive their redundancy payment. Now, the Federal Court judge has indicated that he agrees there's a prima facie case that they weren't sacked properly, but it's only a temporary reprieve because that injunction will only stay in force until the case goes to a full hearing at the Federal Court here in 2 weeks' time. There's been no work at the Hutchison ports since that text and the emails were sent out, and there is a picket in place, particularly at Port Botany, and the workers who weren't redundant have been not going to work. They've been reporting that it's been unsafe for them to cross the picket line, so there's been no work at those ports. Now, what the company's been doing is it's been simply transferring the cargo to the neighbouring ports, so there's been no impact on Australia's trade, but of course certainly a significant impact on Hutchison's. Now, we understand that with this order, which is imminent, an injunction preventing the sackings, that we expect that the pickets will stop and the workers will return to work tomorrow. However, the 97 employees who've been told they've been made redundant, the company says there's no work for them to do. Machines have taken over their jobs. So they'll be in a holding pattern until the matter goes before the Federal Court properly in a few weeks' time.
Maritime Union of Australia representatives have welcomed the reprieve, but the union concedes there is a long way to go for the jobs to be saved permanently.
It's been pretty hard going and it's not over. It's a 15-rounder, or it's a 12-rounder now. It's a 12-rounder and we've got to go the distance. These people haven't made a decision to do the right thing. They haven't made a decision in favour of the workforce that they recruited over the last 2 years. They haven't found their inner self, their big heart, and reached out to those working men and women that rely absolutely on them for some dignity and respect in their life. They've been forced by the law, as I said this morning, I've been saying in the media, we're the ones working inside the law, the real law, the law of justice, the law of integrity and the law of responsibility to each other, and they've been working outside the law the law of selfishness, the law of elitism, and the law of self-interest.
Paddy Crumlin speaking a short time ago. In China,